Well, it sounds like something that would happen behind bars like this. A hit ordered on a troublemaker, and then a gang beating him up when no one's looking. But this scenario did not play out in a prison. It allegedly happened in the hallway of a public school in Florida. And the ringleader? Well, according to the students involved, a 7th grade teacher.
Just like that, the St. Lucie County School Board voting to suspend middle school teacher Drew Dehart. And it all stems from this new 28-page report calling the Northport K-8's teachers' actions wholly inappropriate.
She's sick and ignorant, and she's a disgrace.
There's not even cause for it to do that to a student, and I wouldn't forgive her for that.
This surveillance video shows what happened in March to Radravius Williams when investigators say the 7th grader was beaten by classmates.
Shocked, I was floored.
The new report says one of the students told investigators, quote, "Miss Dehart told us to come out here and do this to him."
It's truly unbelievable what happened. I mean, a teacher ordered a hit on a child.
But that is only the beginning. Tonight, new allegations that Dehart tried to cover it all up. The report says she tracked down students during lunch and contaminated their memories.
Well, 6 children went to jail, and as far as we're concerned, they're victims in this case as well. They were manipulated. They were told to have a certain story.
Do you think that this teacher should ever be in a classroom again?
No. No.
I wanted her to be fired and everything, but if whatever they give her is what she gets.
So, Darren, let's start with you. If what happened inside this school is true, okay, legally, what could happen to that teacher and those 6 kids?
Well, if the allegations are true, obviously she could lose her job and everything related to her employment could go away. From a criminal standpoint, there's a variety of charges that could be filed, everything from solicitation to commit assault and battery, some kind of a conspiracy or co-conspirator theory, a variety of criminal charges that could land her in jail or prison for years. And then from a civil standpoint, the families could sue both the school and this teacher for this kind of behavior, seeking some monetary damages. As far as the kids that are involved in this case, this is going to depend on whether or not they're viewed truly as victims or co-participants here. In juvenile court, as opposed to the adult court system, we're primarily concerned with the rehabilitation of youthful offenders. Hopefully these kids are not gone beyond recall, and it really may be the case that they are victims of the rogue actions of this one teacher. I mean, this one is so crazy on so many levels.
Yeah, what happened to the teacher?
Well, the school superintendent wanted her fired, but she requested a special hearing, and by law, she cannot be terminated until that hearing. So she's buying some time.
As a parent, though, isn't that appalling?
Appalling. Outrageous.
I mean, Christy, what about the kids?
Okay, well, there's something that was said in that piece that resonated with both of us.
Burning you up.
Yeah, Dr. Tiff and I. She said these 6 kids are victims as well. But at the end of the day, I'm thinking the kids still got beat up, so how much does the teacher absolve the kids?
And that's an interesting question because obviously if the teacher did do this, if she did basically call a hit on this poor kid and enlisted the help of these other students, I think they're responsible for doing what they did, but it wasn't really their idea. In most cases, we look at our teachers to be our leaders, our role models, the people that are supposed to lead our children. Right. And if she's telling them, you go do this, and we're telling our kids, listen to your teacher, do whatever your teacher says, then who really is responsible here? Is it the teacher or the students?
But are they absolved completely?
I don't think so, because they are the one. There are natural consequences to your behavior, and they have to know that if you beat up a kid, this is what happens.
Well, apparently the kids were arrested, and they do face juvie. But I've actually got on the phone the victim's attorney, Dina Sis-Foreman, calling in. I guess I want to ask you, Dina, is your client blaming the kids who beat him up, the teacher?
My client does put some responsibility on the children, but the greater weight of the responsibility in this case lies with the authority here who ordered these children. She evidently had some sort of power and control over children to make them think it was okay to go out and to viciously beat a child like they beat Radravius in this particular situation. So there's responsibility on all parts, but the greater weight of the responsibility lies on the teacher and the school district that failed to control behavior, which
Do you
they
know
do
anything
without.
about this teacher? I mean, have you been able to investigate the background of this teacher?
We have requested the teacher's employment file, but what we do know is there are several witnesses that have reported this teacher and similar type antics, not this bad, but throwing books at students, trying to convince students to change their stories, yelling at students. We do have several witnesses that will be able to come forward and say that they have reported this teacher.
Well, we're going to follow what you do legally for sure. Dean, appreciate you calling in.